welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this infinity dress, and I'm going to do a video on different ways that you can tie this, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, let's get started with this video. To make this infinity dress, we're going to need 3 measurements, and the first measurement is going to be a quarter bust measurement plus 2 inches allowance. The second measurement is going to be your full waist measurement multiplied by 2, and the last measurement is going to be your waist to desired length. We're going to start by making the top, and you're going to be cutting 2 pieces of top, and those are going to be your ties, and the width is going to be a quarter bust measurement plus 2 inches allowance, and the length is going to be 72 inches. You can make it longer if you like, but make sure you don't shorten it. So I've already cut my 2 pieces, and the length is, as I told you, 72 inches, and the width is going to be my waist measurement plus 2 inches, and that's going to be 10.5 inches. So now we're going to be sewing our top, and we're going to do that by folding over 1/2 inch twice. And you're going to be repeating that on the other side, and you will do that on the other tie as well, and after that you're going to go ahead and sew. These are the measurements that you're going to be using to make the skirt, and the width of your skirt should be your full waist measurement multiplied by 2, and the length is going to be your measurement from your waist to your desired length. So go ahead and cut that on your fabric. So I've already cut my pattern, and you're going to be folding it in half, and then you're going to cut right in the middle so that you can have a back and front piece. So now you should have a back skirt and you should have a front skirt, and I'm going to put the back away and I'll be working on the front skirt, and I'm going to be turning it on the wind side, which is our waist measurement, and we are going to be determining where we're going to be placing our slit. So I'm going to be taking my tape measure, and I'm going to measure from one side to the other, and whatever measurement you get, you're going to divide that by 4, and that's going to be our slit where we are going to be marking our slits. So like me, I got 36 divided by 4, that's going to be 9 inches. So I'm going to be marking 9 inches on one side, and I'll be marking it on the right side, and you can decide to put your slit on whichever side that you like. For me, I'm going to be marking it on the right. So go ahead and mark that measurement as well. And after you've marked, you're going to go ahead and cut it out. So now you should have 2 pieces of your front skirt, and we're going to be setting this aside, and we'll start working on our back skirt. So for the back, we're going to be taking our skirt, and this is the length and this is the width, and then we're going to be folding it over in half. And after we folded it in half, we're going to cut right at the middle. And now you've got your 2 back skirts, and this is where you're going to place your zipper. I'm going to start by sewing the front of the skirt, and this is the wrong side and this is the right. I'm then going to take the other piece of front skirt, and I'm going to be placing it right at the end with the right sides facing each other. Next step, we're going to determine where we're going to place our slit, and I'm going to take my tape measure, and I'm going to be marking 13 inches from my waistline, and that's where my slit is going to be. And you can make yours longer or shorter if you like, and then you're going to sew from the waistline all the way to that mark, and we're going to be using a 1/2 inch sewing allowance. After we've sewn, we're going to be pinning down the slit allowance, and you can go ahead and iron it flat. And after that, we're going to be taking a marker and we're going to mark where the slit starts. And then after that, we're going to sew across all the way down and the other side as well. So this is how the slit looks, and we're going to put this aside and we're going to work on our pockets. For our pockets, we're going to be taking our fabric and we're going to fold it in half. Then we're going to fold it over again because we need 4 pieces of pockets, and then you're going to take your pocket pattern and you're going to place it on fabric, and then you're going to pin it. And if you'd like to know how to make pockets, I have a video on my channel and I'll link it on my description box if you want to learn how to do so. Then you're going to be taking your scissors and you're going to cut all around. So here are the 4 pieces of pockets, and we're going to be sewing them on our skirt. So next we're going to be taking our front skirt and our pockets, and we're going to determine where we're going to be placing our pockets, and this is the waistline. So from the waistline I'm going to be marking down 3.5 inches from the waist, and you can either mark 3.5 or 4 inches. That's the standard measurement, but you can decide to mark them lower if you like. And then I'm going to repeat the same on the other side as well. Next step, we're going to be taking our pockets, and this is the right side of the front skirt and this is the right side of the pocket, and I'm going to be placing them with the right sides facing each other, and then I'm going to pin it down, and I'm also going to repeat it on the other side, and I'm also going to pin it down. We're also going to pin the rest of the pockets to the back, and you're going to sew with a 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So this is how the pockets look after we've sewn. The next step we're going to do is we're going to iron this flat, and we're going to repeat on all pockets, and then we're going to top stitch on all pockets. After we're done with the pockets and we've already top stitched it, next we're going to be placing the skirts together, the front and back. So this is the front skirt, and I'm going to take one piece of the back with the right sides facing each other, and I'm going to be placing it on the front skirt with the right sides facing each other. And then you're also going to take the other back piece and you're going to be placing it on the front skirt, and then you're going to sew all the way around, and you're also going to repeat on the other side, and we're going to sew with a 1/2 inch sewing allowance. And this is how it looks after we've sewn the pockets. So next we're going to be making pleats for our skirt, and I'm going to be marking 1/2 inch on one side of the waist, and this is where we're going to be placing our zipper. Then from that 1/2 inch I'm going to be marking 2 inches from that, so go ahead and mark 2 inches from that 1/2 inch, and then from this mark you're going to mark 2 inches again, and you're going to repeat all the way to the other side. And then for the pleats you're going to be folding over till that 2 inch mark, and then you're going to pin it down in place, and then you're going to repeat the same way. So you're going to fold over till that 2 inch mark, and then you're going to pin it in place. And this is how it looks after you've pinned everything. So the next step, take your tape measure and measure side to side of your waist to see that that's your waist measurement plus 1 inch of allowance. Like mine is 29 inches plus 1 inch of allowance, which is 30, so this is perfect for me. The next step, you're going to be top stitching the pleats in place, so go ahead and do that as well. So the next step, we're going to be making our waistband, and the length for our waistband is going to be your waist measurement plus 1 inch allowance, and the width is going to be 3 inches. So go ahead and cut that out. So here is my waistband, and the length is the same as the skirt, and the width is about 4 inches, and as you can see, it fits well on the skirt. Next, we're going to determine where we are going to be placing our front ties, and you're going to be measuring the front of the skirt from one seam to the other, and then whatever you get, you're going to divide that by 2 to get the midpoint. Like mine is 7 inches, so I'm going to be marking 7 inches on the midpoint. So next, you're going to be taking one tie and you're going to be placing it right at the midpoint with the right sides facing each other. Then you're going to be taking the other tie and you're going to also place it at that midpoint as well. And then you're going to be taking your waistband and you're going to be placing it on top of the ties with the right sides facing each other. Then you're going to pin. After pinning, make sure that the two ties and the skirt are facing each other with the right sides. And then the waistband is also facing the skirt with the right sides facing each other. And then you're going to sew with a 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So I went ahead and overlocked the waistband, and this is how everything looks after sewing. Next step, I'm going to be sewing the zipper on the back skirt, and because I did not want this video to be so long, so I decided to make a separate video on how to sew a zipper for those who would love to know how to make a zipper. And then the next step, I'm placing my zipper on the back skirt and then I'm going to sew. After we've sewn our zipper in place, next we're going to be closing down the back skirt, and we're going to do that by pinning. And then we're going to sew all the way with a 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So go ahead and do that as well. After sewing the zipper in place, this is how it looks like. Then the next step is going to be doing a top stitch on the waistband like so. So you're going to fold over your waistband like this inside, and then you're going to do a top stitch all the way. Next, we're going to be hemming our skirt, and we're going to do that by folding over 1/2 inch twice, and then we are going to sew. And our last step is going to be hemming the two ties, and we're going to do that by folding over 1/2 inch twice on both of them, and then we're going to sew. So here is how this dress looks, and I really love it. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll be seeing you on my next video. And by the way guys, if there's something that you want me to make, you can just go ahead and comment down below. Anyway, thank you and God bless. Bye.